Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. And today we're here to start a new show which is the dating puzzle. Dating does not have to be a puzzle. So to cap off and start off in a huge way the first episode, we're here to speak about dating apps, which we all use them, and I'm going to be giving you some tips and some pros and cons. Nothing new, but at the same time I'm going to be giving you an extra tip on how you can get more casual hookups or even meeting more people. The structure of this dating puzzle will always be I speak about a topic and then we go and do a Q&A in the computer, three questions from Reddit, and then I'm going to be giving you the suggestion of the week, whether that is a movie, a series, a show, whatever, something about the dating world that you should watch. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to be using and I'm going to be giving just the opinion of two apps, which is Tinder and Bumble. These are the two that I have used the most and I have the most experience with. And then I'm going to be speaking briefly about Instagram. Ooh. Okay, so I think it's very important and it is useful to use dating apps, not only because you can meet more people, you can meet new people, you can have a little bit more of experience and you can train your skills, because I do think that dating and meeting new people, it is a skill. Okay, whether that being hookups or going for something more meaningful. So I do think that they're useful. I do think that if you have the opportunity, you should pay for a premium feature, in this case specifically for Tinder, but we will speak more about that soon. So to start off, I just a little disclaimer. I want to create this dating puzzle because I do feel like there are a lot of doubts and there are a lot of misconducts, so to speak, in terms of the dating world. And I've always had a deep, deep passion about these types of subjects. And I'm not here to give you an experience about something new or to prove that I am the best. I am here to also learn with you. So please do put in the comments new topics that you want me to speak about, and I will speak about everything. I had an idea a couple months ago with the self sex education channel, which now I have transformed into this show. But I do think that I will launch a channel in the near future just specifically for self sex education or self sex education in this case, and the dating world. Okay, so Tinder. I have a good opinion and I have a good experience with Tinder, although some of the cons are very peculiar and are very strong. Okay, so first the pros. It is very user friendly because of the swipe method. So I think one of the greatest pros is that it has the swipe method and everyone is just attracted to it. You can use your phone throughout the day and you can just swipe right or left and that's it. So one of the things is that it has a lot of users. Okay, it is the I think probably one of the most known and most used apps. It's Tinder. But with these comes some cons, which is you have a lot of people and not everyone is there with the same mindset. And I don't mean that not everyone is there with the same mindset of having a relationship or having a casual hookup. I mean, people sometimes are just there to have fun and to just troll and to just spam and to just be bots, which is completely fine. That's going to happen in any app and in any content that you consume, so to speak. The social aspect has that because you are dealing with a numerous amount of different people, a variety of people. Let's say it like that. But another con is that some of the premium features, for what you pay, you really don't have access to something more safe and more secure. You really don't have access to, okay, I'm really going to meet someone new. You don't, because again, there are a lot of users and a lot of people are not serious there, which is completely fine, but it's just something that you have to be aware. Now, I do think that you should at least try once the premium features. You can go on websites like Kingwin or other Steam Keys websites which sell games of keys of that was kind of weird. But yeah, they use keys. It's like a second-hand game. And you can also buy second-hand accounts, so to speak, of Tinder. Now, I'm not promoting this, but I'm just saying it exists and I think you should try it. And it's a good way to try. And then you can say, I don't like it. I don't think it's useful. Great. The other app is Bumble. And there is a little bit of a power switch in here, which is the woman is in control. So when you match with someone, she has numerous. She has like 24 hours to message you, and if she doesn't, the match is gone. So there's a power switch, but there's also a con, which is there is a limited time line for you to match with that person. While in Tinder, that doesn't exist. So another pro is that the descriptions can be a little bit more meaningful and a little bit more accurate, because I do feel like you can meet better people on Bumble, serious people, than on Tinder. I think there's a clear cut difference. But one of the cons is that in some smaller areas with Bumble, you can't really get a match. You can't find anyone new that's specific to your area. Another thing is that both these apps now incorporate Spotify and Instagram, which I think it's amazing and it's very useful for you to see exactly what the tastes and what the likes, what the other person enjoys doing. And that's the main point, because when you are meeting someone, you want someone who has at least something in common with you. It's important, okay? They do say that polarities, the opposites attract. I'm using polarities because it's another word that I'm going to use later. Opposites attract, and yes, they do. But long term, I don't think they work that well. But prove me wrong, and there are a lot of cases that can prove you wrong. There's not a great recipe or a one-to-one recipe that just works in dating. Okay, you understand what I'm trying to say. So I do think that these apps are useful, but I am going to speak about and mention Instagram. I think if you build a good Instagram profile, if you have good photos, if you have something a little bit more catchy and attractive, you can message people, you can message women. And I'm saying women because I'm a man and I'm a male and I'm straight. But you can message everyone on Instagram. It's going to be awkward, it's going to be a cold approach, and it may not work. But at least if it works, maybe you know that there's a little bit of interest, there's a little bit of a spark in there. If it doesn't work, you already got rejected. And it's better than getting rejected on Tinder, because on Tinder, someone can match with you, but then they're just like, I'm just doing it for fun. And on Instagram can be the same thing, but I think there's a clear cut difference. Okay. So I just want to give you that advice because it's something that I've used throughout my life, always. Okay. So this was the topic, and now we're going to go to the Q&A part. Hello, everyone. And now we are here to do the Q&A. We already have the question here on the screen, and I am going to read it out for you. So basically, the boyfriend gagged while going down on her. So 27 male boyfriend gagged while going down on me. I feel so embarrassed. I've always been really insecure about it and watched it thoroughly before. I feel shattered. I just want to lay down and cry. Okay. I was finally okay with trying it after months and it went well for a bit, but now I just feel completely shattered. So basically, she is speaking about the reaction that her boyfriend had while going down on her. Now, I'm going to be giving you the main tips and the practical part of this. I think it is normal for someone to gag while going down on you in the case that there are a lot of fluids, okay? So you don't have to feel ashamed and you don't have to feel weird if someone has a lot of fluids in their mouth and maybe they need to go to the bathroom and spit it out or wash it a little bit and then continue. I think it's completely fine. I think it's something that, and you can see the tag here, which is oral sex. This is part of oral sex. There are a lot of fluids, there are a lot of things that happen, and you just have to know to do one thing, which is communicate with your partner. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, if you have a good relationship, and that's why I'm a big advocate for people who can have a meaningful relationship, because then when you're going to have sexual acts, you can just feel better. You feel more comfortable. And if something pisses you off and someone has a weird reaction, you can speak to them about this. Now, again, I think this is completely fine. I think there are just a lot of fluids, and it just depends on not only your hygiene, but you said it's fine, but it depends on a numerous other variables and aspects. All right, so we're going to go to our second question. And again, these questions are filtered, which are the top of this week from the subreddit sex. What are some unwritten rules when it comes to having friends with benefits with someone? This is a very interesting topic. We might speak about specifically in a video of this topic. So, my ex girlfriend and I are about to embark on a friends with benefits after she ended our relationship. Okay, we've been solidly dating for 3 months prior, and we enjoyed every minute of being together. Whether it was grabbing smoothies or going to museums, etc. I know that there was some personal issues with her, but I say that I wasn't going anywhere and not bothered by her stuff. Okay, so he accepted her, so to speak. We've now decided to enjoy friends with benefits together. I'm sort of new to this thing. What are some unwritten rules? Okay, so the first one is they've already been in a relationship. So I would not focus on this. I would not advise any type of friends with benefits relationship with someone that you've been serious with. I don't think it works because you broke up for a reason. Another thing is that he tells us that there is some baggage there. I would tell you to understand if that baggage is there for a reason, and maybe that was the reason why you broke up, even if she was the one that ended your relationship. There are a lot of things that we can control about someone. When we choose actively to be with someone, we have to put up with their baggage. Okay, maybe they can improve some stuff if they want to, if they try to, but at the same time, the first couple interactions are going to be what you will get from the future. Now, someone can change and people change, of course, but the one thing is that with friends with benefits, there are a lot of unwritten rules, and one of them is that it doesn't work. Just in my opinion, friends with benefits works if you are exactly with someone that you do not see yourself with. If you have been with this person and you think that you were a good match, I think secretly, only because you dated 3 months, I think secretly you want more. Okay, I'm not telling you to not do it. I'm just telling you I think you should not do this situation. And you know exactly why. If you wrote all this, you already know. Personal issues and baggage. Now, again, I don't think that friends with benefits does not work ever or in like it never works, but it really, really comes down to your communication with your partner and how you have built this relationship of friends with benefits. All right. And then for the last question we have today, this session is so my 23, mm, uh, he inverted this. Okay, whatever. So it's a 23 male and a wife 25 female. My wife pegged me last night and it didn't feel like I thought it would. So basically, he said that he put a lot of prep into it, good diet. I emptied the chute and wore butt plugs all day. But when it came down to it never felt good. I'm disappointed I wasn't getting off to it. I think you just put a lot of pressure. You have just said here that you had a good diet, you emptied the chute, and you wore butt plugs all day. So basically, you were preparing for this big moment. And there's one thing in life, which is when you plan and when you try to do everything, when you try to strategize about everything, especially stuff that you are sharing with someone that you are just enjoying life, because sex is about enjoying life. Sex is just an act of forgetting where you are and just enjoying it. When you put a lot of thought into that, guess what? Your thoughts are going to also come up during that. So, what I would tell you is the next time, just do it without doing much prep. Now, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't have a good diet or empty the chute, which is basically clean yourself, so to speak, but put less pressure in your head. And also, you are speaking about getting pegged, and probably you have used a sex toy. My opinion and my advice is tell her to use her hands and her mouth. Trust me. Start that way and don't do it right away of just getting pegged and hitting the G spot. I know what you want. We all want that, especially the guys who know that that type of orgasm is so good, but you have to take your time. It's not only taking your time in a relationship with another person, but also with your body. Thank you so much for watching this episode. And here is the suggestion of this week, which is the movie The Notebook. It's a nice romance set in the 1940s. I'm going to give you the link down there in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Please do give me some advice, some suggestions of stuff that I can improve, and also you want me to talk about. Put everything in the comments down below. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate the dating world, and I think you can succeed in it. You can be happy, not only dating, but also dating your own self in life. Ooh, we may speak more about that in the future. And I did promise that I was going to use the word polarity, and I think polarity is so important in this case in a relationship between male, female, or two males or two females. You get me? It is important in a relationship. And to have polarity means that you have to know who you are. And I think that this series, The Dating Puzzle, can help you figure out who you are and have better polarity in your life. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.